Hello guys and welcome to another video here on the channel. In today's video, we're playing Standard Dimir Controll. It's a really cool deck that I've been playing a lot lately. It's a pretty stock Dimir Controll list, but it wins by playing a Singularity Rupture, which is a 6-mana board wipe, destroying all creatures, and then milling any number of players for half their library, in this case your opponent, and then playing a Riverchurn Monument with its exhaust ability on the very next turn to mill your opponent out. Only 2 copies of that, so that's only, you only waste basically 2 slots in your deck, and they're not even wasted because that card is really good against other control decks or just longer games in general, as a win con. Besides, we have 8 removal spells in our deck, so 2 Caustic Exhales, 2 Bitter Triumphs, 2 Depressurizes, and 2 The Ends. The End and Bitter Triumph are both amazing because they both hit Planeswalkers as well, which helps us win against a pretty bad matchup, which is Demon Midrange, because it gets rid of Kaido, and The End specifically also gets rid of Enduring Curiosity and all copies of it, because it exiles, which is just amazing. We also have 8 counter spells, so 3 copies of 3 Steps Ahead and 3 copies of Dispelling Exhale. We play 6 Exhales in our deck, so we also play 2 Scavenger Regents. Amazing card. It's a dragon, so we can behold it. It's a board wipe for smaller creatures for not that much mana, and against like aggro decks or go white decks. And we also have 3 Marang River Regents, which is just card advantage on its Omen side. And if you ever manage to play for 6 mana, then it's just very nice, removes 2 threats, is a 6/7 on its own, blocks very well. If you don't have the Singularity Rupture, this is the next best card. We also have Stock Up for 3 mana, which just helps us refuel our hand for only 3 mana. It's an amazing card. You could think about Invoke the Star Shots as another card, which is very similar. I'm just not sure if that's really the card that would be better here. Stock Up just looks at more cards earlier in the game, but you could also try, wait, isn't that how it's called? Wait, yeah, here, Consult the Star Shots, not Invoke. You could theoretically play that card as well. That just it costs 1 mana more to get you 2 cards, and in the early game it just doesn't look at that many cards. It's probably better in the late game, and it's instant speed, so you could definitely think about just running that card instead of Stock Up, or going down to Stock Ups and playing 2 of the Consult the Star Shots. Besides that, we also have 4 Oildeep Gearhulks, which is just an all-around card. It's really great. It's a great blocker because it has lifelink. It's hand disruption, so it takes your opponent's best card, or they have spot removal spell for the Oildeep Gearhulk. Just an absolutely amazing card. They do get a redraw effect, but the cool thing about that is you can look at your own hand. You don't have to reveal it. You can pick a land that you don't need or anything that you don't need at the moment, draw a brand new card, and still have full following around. So that's just absolutely amazing. For our mana base, we have 4 islands and 5 swamps, which is great because we have Gloomlake Verge, just a lot of lands to enable that. We also have Undercity Sewers and Watery Grave with basic land types. Watery Grave, one of the lands that got reprinted, one of the shock lands that got reprinted with Edge of Eternities, which is really amazing. They're just incredibly powerful lands. Restless Reef's also there, because we have a decent mill plan, and if we don't have a Rupture but we do have a Riverchurn Monument, it's not that difficult to get in a couple of attacks with Restless Reef and mill a couple of cards with Riverchurn Monument and just mill our opponents in that regard. We have 2 copies of Fountainport in our deck. In any grinder game, this just absolutely amazing, drawing you 2 cards a turn basically, or making you a fish every turn or whatever. You get attackers, you get blockers, you get everything you need, you get extra mana, you get extra cards. Fountainport is a great card. We also have 1 Demolition Field just for the annoying non-basic lands that either attack you as creature lands or have some other utility to blow those up as well. You could think about 2 Demolition Fields, but since we have 4 Oildeep Gearhulks where we have no use for colorless mana, it's probably better to keep it low on the colorless sources, even though we played 26 lands, which is necessary because we have a pretty high curve. We're playing best of 3 standard today, so for our sideboard we have 2 copies of Annul, which is an amazing counterspell, incredibly powerful, just reprinted with the new set with Edge of Eternities, and it just hits basically it hits so many cards in the new set for just one blue mana. So you board it in against, let's say, Vivi Cauldron, and it hits Fear of Missing Out, it hits Prophet's Athletic Memory, and it hits the Cauldron. You can board it in against Yuna, and it just hits everything. You can board it in against so many decks. It just hits so many cards for just one blue mana. It's an amazing card. You have 2 copies of Duress in your sideboard against decks with either the Control Mirror. If you play against Azorius Control, for example, then Duress is very nice. Or just anything else with like combo decks. Always nice to have a Duress. All kinds of these decks like Reanimator or Smuggler Surprise decks, whatever. You have Disdainful Stroke against anything with mana value 4 or greater, also good against like the Yuna decks or just the high curve CMC decks, control decks, whatever. Negate, same thing, grind your games, but also against like combo decks or anything. Counters a lot. Tishana's Tidebinder against any activated trigger abilities, things against the self-bounce decks is probably not bad. Things like that. Two Preacher of the Schism, absolutely amazing card. It's an all-rounder again. It does so many things for just 3 mana. It's an amazing blocker against aggro decks. It's great against self-bounce, provides a lot of value if you play against a control deck. Incredibly powerful card in the sideboard. And you have 3 Light Off the Void. You could probably cut one of those and put something else in, but just remember that when you put in the Light Off the Voids to put out the Riverchurn Monument, because that's a nombo, because if you have like the ley lines on board, then you can't exhaust it anymore. And yeah, that's basically it for the sideboard. I think that's everything to know about the deck, and we can just jump straight into the games. Alright guys, here we go. I'm really excited for this. I haven't played a control deck in a longer while, but I really enjoy playing this deck. I also have in paper, so it's really a cool deck. It's really like, maybe it doesn't look that good in the beginning, but once you try it out, the current standard metagame isn't that fast. You can really get some good games going. I think we can keep this. It's not too fast, but we have a surveil land to 500 rows. Hope my opponent isn't on red aggro. That would be not ideal with this hand. Okay, he is on red aggro. Well, we found our counterspell, and this game kind of has to be carried by Oildeep Gearhulk. Oh, Nova Hellkite's a great card. Luckily I have a counterspell for that one. If he keeps it like that, he's just gonna hit me for 2 with this Challenger for 2 turns. I don't know, if he taps out for something, I'll 3-steps at it. If he just attacks me with the Challenger, I'll probably Depressurize him. What's he gonna do? Lynx, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I think we're set up pretty well for a Gearhulk here. Maybe if he has a removal spell, we're gonna take it. If he has a Nemesis, we're gonna take that. Otherwise, we'll just decline here. This hand, it's interesting. But I'm kind of even thinking about just, nah, I gotta take the Lynx, I think. Even though I have 3 basics, but I can't kill a Lynx. I have to take a Lynx here. Sadly, it feels unsatisfying, but I have to take it. Probably just gonna swing with the Emberheart Challenger on his side. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna gain some life. We're gonna trade these off. It's fair. Or he's gonna reset Rockface Village his Challenger. Hit me in the face with a Lightning Strike when I block, and just gonna be that. He's playing some cool cards that haven't been played before in red aggro decks, which is kind of sweet. I'll just block the Challenger. Well, wait. If I block the, it's difficult. No, it's not, is it? I just block here, because if I do, then he can't kill my Oildeep Gearhulk. I just need him to stay alive to gain 1 billion life. Yeah, that's great. I got a 15, and if he doesn't have anything great from my Gearhulk, he's just gonna get blown out by that. Play tap land, attack with the Gearhulk. I'll main phase Depressurize the Challenger, because it's the only way I'm gonna kill it, and now I'm gonna pass. But that's what I mean. Oildeep Gearhulk is really good at stabilizing against aggro, and I feel pretty confident, even though aggro is a bad matchup, theoretically. Only have 6 early game removal spells, some counter spells, but nothing crazy. He maybe didn't have the fastest hand, but still, I mean, pretty cool. Alright, this game isn't won yet. We just gotta do a thing now. He's gonna, okay, now this is looking better and better, but do I run out the Riverchurn Monument? I'm not gonna win by milling him out. That's not the quest here. The question is, do I want to draw 3 cards? No. I'm just passing. Going for the swing down with the Oildeep Gearhulk. If that doesn't work, that's the way it is. If it does, then that's cool. Still ends. Don't I have priority after he activates that? Oh, that's weird. It doesn't matter because it doesn't have like prowess triggers or shit, but it's still a little annoying. Okay, just goes all in now. I guess. Let's try to pressurize his Soulstone Sanctuary first. See if he has a pump spell. Yes, no, maybe. What does he have? Lightning Strike face? Yeah, that's fine. Surely. I mean, I'm on so much life. I'll go to blockers. Do I still want to kill this stuff? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would do. I'm gonna pay the one. He doesn't know about my Marang River Regent. I don't want to behold. I'll pay the one. Now take the Slick Shot. Pretty sure that dies. If not, he has a pump spell. But I'm just so far ahead on life. There's no way he's kind of getting out of that. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, good game. Good game. Yeah, not thinking, but good game. Alright, cool. Mono Aggro. Pretty terrible matchup. We need our early game removal. We need Preacher of the Schism. Those are kind of the cards that we need not to get absolutely diminished by aggro. So in theory, we have our early game removal spells, which we need to use very wisely, and we have Dispelling Exhale, which we need to use very wisely as well. I like all creatures. I think we're cutting the monuments here because we just don't have time to resolve those. River Regent can save me if I get to 6 mana. The quest with this is basically just to survive as long as possible, to kind of just stick my bombs and maybe stabilize with them. But he has a lot of burn spells. It's going to be really difficult. Just need to hope for good hands, especially on the draw. Really, really difficult. Alright, let's see. Yeah, no, that's a ship. With like 1 land more, I would probably keep this because I have everything I need, but I can't risk to just lose a game like this. I think I have to keep that. I can't go to 5, and I have a turn to removal spell. Enjoying a land that's blue isn't... The odds of that happening are pretty high, yeah, exactly. And now I just have to hope to get to 4 mana so I can deploy my Gearhulks. Yeah, I think that's the plan. He's gonna counter up his Hired Claw. Before he can do that again, I think I have to kill at main phase. Just like that, and now I'm kinda just gonna go Demolition Field, kill Soulstone next turn, and hope he just doesn't absolutely destroy me with damage before I get my Gearhulks down. I think that's my quest here. I have to go Demo Field here, just so I am assured to... I don't know, I could go Stock Up as well. And not no more. Okay, not anymore. I could have went Swamp Stock Up, but I just like the idea of... Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll get one of the Sanctuaries and dig up an island. I'll just activate the other one in response, I guess. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's cool with me, I guess. I have 2 Gearhulks. I'm gonna try to carry the game on those guys. The cool part about Gearhulk is he also takes his best threat from his hand, right? So that's really good. Like, either a threat or something that kills Gearhulk. It's a really good card. Oh, wow. No, I don't see a reason to pick anything here. You can get that Nova Hellkite, but it'll just eat to the end, and this game's over. Yeah, exactly. He'll be able to do that once. It's gonna hit me for full. I'll just swing back for full, and then have an end for his Nova Hellkite. I guess that's the plan, right? There's a lot of other plays I could make, but I'm not scared of anything here. I just end the Nova Hellkite. Look at his hand again. He has a Mage Bane Lizard. That just doesn't seem like a good sideboard plan. What does he play? Plays Twinmer, Stonebrood, Sunspring Lungs, Twisted Fealty for interesting card. That's actually a top deck I'm slightly scared of because he just takes 4 life from me and gains 4 for himself. But aside from that, this is a pretty stock on the red list. After the ban's not that good anymore. Yeah. Just exile his Hellkites. Okay, nice. He doesn't seem to have anything. I don't see why he didn't play the He's just gonna go Midrange Lizard now. It's okay. I'm not even planning on playing a lot of lands from here. This has word. Oh, you can even pay for one. That's interesting. That's interesting. No, I'm just running out another Gearhulk, seeing if this is a deal 5 damage to target creature without flying. If not, I'm declining. Yeah, I'm declining. And hoping he doesn't draw a Twin Maw Stormbrood off the top, because that would actually be pretty good. Also, I think in this deck you could run Starting Towns just to be able to hardcast Twin Maw Stormbrood, you know? Feels like a pretty valid thing to do. He's gonna double block. Thinking about allowing it actually. Could make a copy, but no. Kill the Sanctuary. I'm totally fine with that. From here and just wait. I'll tap Fountainport for mana. Go stock up. I'll take a damage, that's fine here. I don't care. It really doesn't matter. I'm gonna go, yeah, that's perfect. Preacher and Rupture for anything basically. I'll just run out the Preacher here. Maybe I'll scoop to that. That's like a very supreme threat. Gonna make me 1 month currently and just do whatever it takes to win this game. Besides that, I'll just block his Midrange Lizard here. If he has a combat trick, I'll Rupture to absolutely end him. Yeah, that works as a combat trick, and I just mill half his library now. I don't even have to, right? If I draw a removal spell for Hide Claw, I'll just go for that instead. Especially because I bought it out now. No. Yeah, let's do that. Mill half his library and hope he doesn't draw anything crazy off the top, because this is one turn where I cannot utilize a counterspell, right? So hope this isn't crazy. Hope this isn't a Nova Hellkite. Okay, Challenger, I can kind of live with it. It's still good. Okay, not no more. I drew a Depressurize off the top to get rid of it, and now I'm very confident. I have 3 steps ahead in hand, so if he drew anything impactful, which he didn't. I'm thinking about Treasure Token. I don't want to pay life in this matchup. Seems very unreasonable to pay life for fish tokens. Pass turn. Okay, draw Soulstone Sanctuary. I'll just sack the treasure to draw a card. Yeah, the end's good. Another Rupture. Pass here. I would, for good measure, I'd take the damage here and wait. The Rupture costs 6 mana, and I still have 3. If I calculate right for a normal 3 steps ahead, I think that's good. And if I drop below 5 life, I can still go for the end. Or I go the very safe route here and just exile. I think that's better. I think I'm just playing it safe. I don't want to risk anything. See what's in his hand. He has a Lynx, which is good and has no targets left. I can exile those 2 from his graveyard. That's fine. He has a lot of good cards left. He's gonna probably try to resolve a Lynx here. I'm gonna counter that. The thing is, if he has a Lynx, he doesn't insta kill me, but he deals me 5 damage. Okay, so if he has 2 of those, then I'll have to worry. Exile won't counter anything at this state of the game. He has enough lands. Okay, I drew my Restless Reef, which is great. So I think from here on, I can kind of just go milling. I think so. Let's play this, kill nothing, and mill them. Pass. Now I need 2 attacks with my Restless Reef to be lethal on mill. How many Lynxes does he have left? There's 1 in the graveyard, there's 2 in the graveyard. Oh shit, there's 2 Lynxes left in these 8 cards. That's crazy. Okay, hoping to mill 1 or ideally both of those with this Restless Reef attack. Milled 1. Okay, 1's left in the top 4. As far as I'm concerned, but I think he just loses no matter what he has. Because I just mill his deck now. Yeah, GG. Nice, GG. Okay, cool. We did our thing against Aggro, stabilized, mill them out. Exactly the way it's supposed to go. That's the way we can win the matchup. Get as many of the lifelinky 4/4s and just, yeah. Very well after all. Alright guys, next game. We're playing against Chaos. I feel like I played against that guy before in some video. Nah, that's Gotta be a coincidence. I don't think so. Hand's capable. Let's get it. We have removal or what? And if it's a longer game, then we have River Regent and 2 Ruptures. Okay. Could be Dimir Midrange we're against. Hope we're not up against Dimir Midrange. That's okay. It's pretty surely Dimir Midrange, or else he wouldn't hold mana in that spot for. Why? Okay, maybe it's Dimir Control. Maybe it's a mirror. That would be interesting, because you don't see that much Dimir Control running around. But even if, I feel pretty confident. Stock up, I'll just respond with to that with a better spell. Oh yeah, it's very good. So let's ditch a Rupture. Could have ditched spot removal actually. Rupture is even solid against him. Should have ditched like Caustic Exhale, because that does literally nothing. And Rupture at least mills him pretty well. Yeah, that wasn't necessarily smart. But I get to resolve. He gets to resolve a stock up, but I get to resolve a stock up and a coil and catch. So just absolute card advantage. If these 2 are gone, I have 2 more. I have 3 more. I think I have to discard 2 hand size even. I'm not sure though. Construct. Okay, no, maybe he's not Dimir Control though. After all. I mean, let's do this. I have to discard 2 hand size after all, but it's okay. Let's get 2 exiles and discard one of those 2 hand size. Could also, but I still don't know what he plays. You know, if he plays a Cavern of Souls on Construct, then it's possible that he'll still have like creatures I have to remove. Oh no, it's Oildeep Gearhulk's a Construct. That's cool. Means I can't counter. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'm just gonna take my Rupture, I think. But okay, that's actually really interesting. Sweet play. Or my end. It's either the end or a Singularity Rupture here. Cavern of Souls on Oildeep Gearhulk is like a play that I wouldn't think of. But I think he's still in a pretty bad spot. Just because I can do this. Go to my turn, play an island, to Rupture, mill half his library, and from here on he has to like be really aware not to resolve a Riverchurn Monument. Okay, he plays green as well. He's a dragon deck. He has Disruptive Stormbrood, or he doesn't care about the Destroy Artifact Enchantment side and just cast it with Cavern of Souls. Okay, that's an interesting deck. It's not what I would think it is. Yeah, actually interesting. Plays Tevo. Yeah, there's actually very low. There's actually no real black sources. It's just cool. That's actually just Starting Town and Cavern of Souls, but I like what he's doing. Okay, interesting. So he probably has a counterspell in hand, right? The odds of that are pretty high. I'm gonna try to play Demolition Field, try to get rid of Cavern of Souls. I have to, and play stuck up like this, so you can't counter it with a Dispelling Exhale. That's the quest here. Okay, Negate. Yeah, I'll counter back. I want to resolve that. My hand's out of gas. I need new cards. Yeah, that's great. Okay, he gets another Oildeep Gearhulk. Yeah, I have nothing to do about that. It's gonna take my River Regent, since I can't counter it. Still would play that on Dragon, but I maybe had a hand with a lot of Gearhulks. That's possible. Okay, I have a whole lot of 3 steps ahead magic going on. I need to play my Restless Reef now, I think, just to be able to block his Gearhulk. This is gonna be an interesting game, I feel like. It's really unsatisfying to just draw 2 cards main phase. If anything, I can take a couple of hits from his Gearhulk. It's not that dramatic, and I can Demolition Field his Restless Reef to feel safe about that. The nice part about having 2-3 steps ahead is I can just use one to draw cards and not feel bad about it. It's really cool. Yeah, it's gonna hit me for 4, gain 4, that's totally fine. There's, I think, 1 Gearhulk left in his deck, and if he has it in hand, then okay. That's really good, actually. Would be really good. I'm kind of just hoping to find my Riverchurn Monument at this point. Here we go. I think now we can win. Let's also just do this, because why not? Okay. What's he trying to do? Make a copy? No, okay. If he made a copy of this at instant speed, I would have been pretty annoyed by it, but I think he's dead. There's nothing he has to do. He can still make a copy for it, of it for 4 mana. It's possible. And it would be fairly annoying. I know it wouldn't because I have 2 mana for an exhale. And he knows it. Well, let's go to my turn and win. Possibly. Monuments. I think this should work. I think this should kill him. I mean, he has to fight over it and make me use at least 4 mana so that I can't activate it right away. I think no matter how this goes, I win. Because I have 2 counterspells to protect it and he has 4 mana, so this can be max 2 exhales. Okay, so this is the first exhale. He didn't behold a dragon. Right. Did he? No, he didn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, so we're playing against like dragon control type of thing. Interesting matchup. I feel like we're slightly favored because of the mill package. This is an obvious Disdainful Stroke matchup, and just hoping not to get blown out by Cavern of Souls matchup. Preacher of the Schism seems good. Duress seems good enough, I guess. As seems Negate. Spot removal, Depressurize does not a lot. Caustic Exhale doesn't do a lot either. Scavenger Regent, same thing. The end is good because it gets rid of like certain cards. He actually is gonna hard cast, so I think that could be a leave. Although I'm gonna cut like 1 Bitter Triumph because the end's better. It shortens his deck, and like this I feel pretty confident. And that's good. Alright, I want my second negate. I'll just do it like this. I want to be full on counter spells. I can still counter the Omen side of dragons, so like the draw 4 or the draw 3 or like. Okay, this is like the pinnacle of a control mirror. If I really feel like this is gonna be a grinding control mirror, I'm gonna keep this hand. And I think I am. I think this is like as far as it gets with the very controlly hands, but I think it's good. I think it's a good hand. I mean, control mirrors are just about playing lands, and no, that's what I'm doing. Especially because I have 2 utility lands and stock ups. I feel pretty good about this. You know, I could jam, play stock up, or just pass here. Just gonna crack right away. I don't know, maybe. Is he? Well, if he goes for a Gearhulk here, I have no counters, so that's true. I feel like going for a Swamp and Go is cool here. Just holding cards, I have all the lands, which is really cool. Which means I'm drawing a lot of non-lands from the top. Having 7 lands is ideal. At least I could jam any of my cards, but I don't have too many counter spells, and I don't want to get into counter ward too early in the game. What I do want to do is resolve this stock up. So that's the first card I'm gonna play. I'm gonna cast and hope he's not gonna fight over it too much. Because he's not gonna at all. I actually think this was a very wise decision of him, because I need to discard 2 hand size, and that's actually very good for him. I could think about running out Riverchurn Monument. That will leave me pretty vulnerable against anything he plays though, so I feel like discarding a Swamp's better here. He's gonna fetch. If he goes end step any spell, I will negate it just so I don't have to discard 2 hand size. Especially if it's the draw 3. Yeah, no, he's not, so I'm discarding his turn. Let's see if he plays his Gearhulk. No, he doesn't. He would gift me a card, and that no, I can't resolve Crow Claw's Heist. I'm at least gonna try to fight it. If he has a counter spell, then that's fine. But that's a really good card here. I could probably run that in my sideboard as well. That's a good card. Okay, he gifts me a card, and then he has to look at my hand, pick anything, and play it on a later turn. It's probably either gonna be Gearhulk or Marang River Regent. So it might actually be Riverchurn Monument, because that's like a great card in the mirror. What did he pick? He picked the Gearhulk. Interesting. Well, I have the combo, which is cool. And I'm gonna shock myself and pass. This is a pretty sweet top deck. Okay, he has the thing on construct, which is fine. He could play my construct thingy, that would be fine. Yeah, kinda. He's gonna pick Rupture anyways, so that's not too important. He's not doing anything. Okay, he's a control player. Accepted. Let's try to bait a counterspell here. We did. It's a negate, so it's not that deep for him to actually use it. Let's try to resolve a Riverchurn Monument. I will fight over that, definitely. Okay, resolves. It sticks. That's super good. With the Riverchurn Monument on board, it's hard to remove, and I get to mill him every turn. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We'll see what he does about it, but it is pretty good. This is a entirely free monument activation, I guess. We'll take the gift. Yeah, grab an island. Pass. If he goes Gearhulk, that's fine. I mean, at this point, I would just end it in response to the trigger. So yeah. Wait. It controls the library. Exactly. Yeah, he goes Gearhulk here. So I couldn't response go for the end. And I will. Just because I want to see how hard it's gonna fight over the Gearhulk. Or if he's gonna fight over it at all. If he is, okay, he's gonna take my Rupture, and this game's gonna go on. And it's either me milling him out, or I'll just block with my Restless Reef, right? So none of this is really deep to any point. I will Duress him. Pretty cool top deck, seeing what he has here. Oh, that's unfortunate. He has 3 dragons. That is really unfortunate. He didn't play this on dragon, which is kind of wild. Holding Restless Reef. Passing the turn. Sadly, no, this kills power with 3 LS. These all care about power. And this is a sorcery. And I feel good. These are all sorceries. No, this is an instant. But if he swings, I'll trade around my land with his thing. I want to make this game as long as... I can't. So I don't have enough mana. No, I have to let it happen. I can't go low enough not to be able to. I'm countering a Scavenger Regent, not because I want to counter a Scavenger Regent, but because I want to draw the cards. Oh, shucks, that's really bad. This game feels pretty bad. I don't think I can mill him out fast enough. Well, it's very good. That's an amazing top deck. Do I have enough mana for both things? Yeah, I do. Okay, nice. Very nice. Let's have a little peek at his hand. It's either Tival or Marang Regent, and I'm kind of more scared of River Regent than of Tival. Yeah, Tival has lifelink, but River Regent just does everything else. Oh no, that was a mistake, because with Tival he can exile his graveyard, which kind of just leads to my cards being dead. Unideal. Suboptimal play here, but it's okay. Smell for 4. Why did Joe remove a spell? He did. It's fine though. I can activate in response. He should have waited for me to. No, he shouldn't have waited for me to attack. That's true. Would have been super stupid. That's unideal because this kills my Riverchurn Monument. No, it doesn't, because he doesn't have the green mana. Now he has the green. Oh, that was such a good top deck. Couldn't have cast Tival. He still makes the mistake to play the Stormbrood before the Tival for some reason. So I have one more turn to answer his Tival. This still seems really... No, it doesn't. It does, because this doesn't hit it. Come on. I think I have to draw 2 cards main phase. Drawing 2 lands, of course I do. Yeah, go. Now he has Tival. This is brutal. I don't mean disruptive storm brutal. Banger. Okay, he's gonna swing in for 3 again. Yeah, this is bad. This is actually bad. Okay, Duress, you can take my island. You have a Cavern of Souls. There's nothing to be scared about in my whole deck. That can answer a Tival in this deck. That's uncounterable. But removal I would really need removal right now. So no, let's not create a treasure token. Let's try to find a removal spell. It's a Dispelling Exhale. Okay, interesting. I have 1 more turn to find a Singularity Rupture. Well, that's not a Singularity Rupture, and this game's over. Okay. Tival, all those dragons, I think I want better triumph after all. But what do I cut? These cards are all amazing. Quite possibly Preacher. It's a good blocker, but let's go. Wait, what am I doing? Let's go 1 Bitter Triumph, 1 Preacher, because both cards are like acceptably powerful, but none of those is really crazy. It's unfortunate that I lost this game, but Cavern of Souls is really effective against the things I'm doing. On the play with a valid hand, 2 Gearhulks. This can do a lot. This can also just get blown out by enough counter spells. Duress turn 1 would be okay. He's gonna take my Dispelling Exhale. I have 2 Gearhulks. Yo. Okay. I'm keeping these as hidden information. I mean, these could be anything for him right now. With anything, it also means it could be a counter spell, so that's kind of cool. Let's try to go for Duress first, or I go for an unprotected Gearhulk, then next turn Duress as a protected Gearhulk. I think that's cool. I think that should work. Yeah, Dispelling Exhale was expectable. It's wild that he only has like, oh no, this is terrific. I'm drawing land after land. This game's over. I mean, that's so unlucky. How do I just keep on drawing only lands, like nothing else, not even a utility land or anything? It's terrible. He top deck a Gearhulk. Did he? No, he didn't. He already had it in hand. It's brutal. He's just gonna decline here. but there's nothing aside from the one board wipe I could draw in exactly this turn that would... Of course not, of course I'm drawing another land. Yeah, cool. He's gonna hit for 12. There's nothing that gets me out of this. Exactly nothing. I have no outs. Literally, I have no outs and I draw Duress. Oh my god, this is so stupid. So unlucky, dude. It said everything, dude. Just play another one. This was absolutely annoying. Not ridiculous. It's gotta be a mulligan. It's okay. Keep that. Thinking about the end. I know what I'm playing against. I think the end's like genuinely the worst card here. I have to be prepared against fast decks. Ashiok's. No idea what my opponent's playing there. At least no 1 or 2 drops, so now I can start doing my counterspell stuff. Hoping to counter 3 drop and then play, oh wow, Ketchamos. It feels like I'm playing Modern again. Okay, let's go Island stock up. This hand is definitely 3 steps ahead. Maybe 2 of those. Yeah, kinda. I have good creatures and 3 steps ahead. That's just everything you need as a control player. Hoping to be able to do this. I know I'm not. Well, Ketchamos is gone. Land? Yep, land. Pass. Trying to do 3 steps ahead plus draw 2 cards, because why not? Or just draw 4 cards in the end step, because why not? 3 cards. I always think it's 4 for some reason. And deploy a single bolt threat by now, so I don't think I'm scared about bolt threats. I still can't keep that with counter backups. I'm just passing again. But this kind of feels unlosable. If I just don't make stupid mistakes. Okay, let's go stock up. No, do I? Not really. I think I want to go Scavenger Regent, just because Scavenger Regent has words, so if he wants to kill it, he loses cards. Strategic Betrayal would work, except I want to play a counterspell on that. You can have another one, then that's fine, but I see the Ketchamos synergy, it's pretty cool. Okay, my graveyard is gone, my creature is gone, I'm still... Now I have a free turn to play a stock up, finding me another 3 steps ahead, and I think even Marang River Regent. Just keep the cards flowing here. Having a spree 3 steps ahead, able to be cast, or just a curl and catch in the end step for the extra cards. Discarding a Watery Grave. Now we have the combo assembled. If I play Rupture, I can hold 3 steps ahead, so let's just do that. Small Harvest Library. At the same time, I'm gonna look at it. It's exile stuff with Ketchamos, okay, but that works. So he wants to exile stuff. That's interesting. It looks like a pretty cool deck. Not too powerful, but pretty cool, at least. Ashiok's probably the card I'm going to be worried about. And of course, Ketchamos has to be countered every single time, or he's gonna draw me in card advantage. For Ketchamos, I gotta leave in the end, because that's like the only card that kills it. Besides, he doesn't have a lot of creatures. Does he even have any creatures aside from Ketchamos and Ashiok? I don't think so. Okay, that makes Deadly Cover Up pretty lucrative. how many expensive cards does he run? He has Inevitable Betrayal, Lycan Canner, Archenemy Charm is going to be a little annoying. Okay, let's get Preacher, definitely. Let's get Duress. How many artifact enchantments does he actually have? Not too many, even though it's... No. I thought Ketchamos was an enchantment. Ketchamos isn't an enchantment creature, that's good to know. I think all these cheap removal spells just don't do enough. Better Triumph probably as well, but it kills an Ashiok, so that's kind of something. I think Negate's better though. Negate for Triumph, and just run it like this. I don't know, Scavenger Regent is bad. Maybe like that, or even down 2 Regents and up 2 Triumphs, or like this. I think that could work. Yeah, let's go like this. And worst case, I'm gonna Tidebinder his Planeswalker or his how's it called? Ketchamos. Yeah, that's the plan. Hand is decent, but I have bad mana. Now I have to go to 5. I can't risk that. This hand's fine. Don't want to ship 2 lands. Let's just go like this. 2 card advantage spells and a hand like that could work. Multi 5's obviously really unlucky, but hoping to draw good cards, and I'm actually fine with lands off the top here because I have stock up and card on catch to just draw a lot of cards. It's gonna Duress me possibly. Yeah. It's gonna take my stock up because that's the only target. Okay, nice. We drew Dispelling Exhale, so if he goes Ketchamos, we have something. That's really good. Okay, sadly he doesn't have. I mean, luckily, but kind of sadly because I would have liked that moment. Do you want the Restless Reef? Yeah, let's go Verge Restless Reef. Oh, he has no lands left. In that case, Gloomlake Verge go. I want to Marang River Regent on the end step and then just do that. But I also just don't want to have no counter spells. Feels bad. Let's ditch a land. We were running low on lands and now we're ditching lands. That's cool. Let's go Restless Reef, Gearhulk. We even have the end for Ketchamos now. So that's definitely an Ashiok, right? Mardu Siege Breaker is also good, but not good enough. It's just Ashiok, yeah. It's very awkward that he still has that much creature removal in his deck. Post Sideboard, I mean, you just take most of it out, and that's at least what I think. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's definitely on top. Seems greedy to no. There's nothing I can actually counter here. Let's have a peek at his hand again. Kinda just gonna take the inevitable defeat. Inevitable defeat. Okay, opponent shocks, rides, and yup, that's kind of fine. But this should mean that I get a free swing with my... No, I don't have enough mana for a counterspell then. No, Fountainport just does the same thing though. It draws a lot of cards, good utility land, and I get to get rid of his Mardu. Do I even want to? And on this step, on this spot, I just go the end on that. Look at his 2 lands, look at his library. Could be interesting. You still have the full removal package and I see nothing that would be a sideboard card except for his Kaya. Kaya could be a sideboard card and Ghost Vacuum, which I really don't see. No, that's just the main deck tech probably, because it works great with Ketchamos. Opponent's trying to run a modern deck in standard and it doesn't work. Yeah, Mardu Siege Breakers is fine. And don't time me out, guys. Now this time I can go island and actually attack with my Restless Reef without being worried about getting blown out. So let's do that. He's gonna exhale it, but I mean, you gotta make them have it, right? Gotta Dispelling Exhale it even. I don't care here. It's just, if he has a catch on most, he has a catch on most. It's okay. He doesn't. Okay. This time, let's do the same thing. At this point, I'm just going for the beatdown. Let's negate this time. And here, even if he resolves a Ketramose, I'm pretty sure I'm able to fight it. And now I just milled 2 of his Ketramoses in 2 attack steps, which is kind of sweet. Reducing the chances of actually drawing one. And now I think I'm unbeatable. I have 5 mana every turn plus Restless Reef. I'm ready, guys. Can I do both? I could. I think I'm doing that. Even though it doesn't allow me to. No, that's not worth it. I'm drawing. Counter plus draw is still the best mode. Oh my god. We found another 3 steps ahead. And we're kinda even like close to drawing a Riverchurn Monument and winning. And we milled the 3rd Ketramose in 3 attacks. Milling his best cards here. You could have a Kaya over the top, you could have Ketramose over the top, but I feel super confident. Oh wow, Arch Enemy's like 2 of his best cards at once, which is okay. I did draw that thing, which is like good. Really good. But I didn't realize Arch Enemy's Charm did that until now. Well, let's just go and get rid of that. I know. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of those. So the worry of Ketramose is gone. Let's pass here with the 3 steps ahead on this Ashok. X20. What would I do if I? Ah yeah, that'll just mill someone out. Cool, I'm not the only one doing that. But he exiles cards and I actually mill them. So he's just kind of the scammy Indian version of me. What does he have? A land. Mi amigo, this is really bad for you. I have a Restless Reef attack. Quite possibly putting you at 2 life, my guy. And I also have a Preacher, because why not? And now you can see how it's gonna turn out. But it's not gonna turn out well. I predicted that. Okay, nice. We got it. Pretty good. I mean, we just had a really good matchup, and for some reason my opponent didn't feel the need to board out removal spells. I don't know, maybe he had nothing good to side in, but definitely felt like a steal. So that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did. Just like I said, I really like this deck. I enjoy playing it. I think today it went pretty well. 1-2 games pretty flawlessly. The one against the Dragon's Control deck actually felt pretty miserable. Just absurd. He had like everything. He had Cavern of Souls. He had just the dragons are super good. He had like at the moment where I duressed him, and he just had 3 dragons in hand. It's just like it felt pretty unwinnable. But the rest of the game is really good, and I feel like this deck has a really good matchup against most of the top meta decks. So even though this isn't in the standard meta right now, or at least not really high, I feel like playing this deck and mastering it could really get you into a very good spot at competitive standards. So I think this deck's really good, and I'm gonna stick to that. Yeah, I really like the combo between Riverchurn Monument and Singularity Rupture. Even though it might not be the most efficient way to close out games, it's really fun and really cool. You have a lot of card advantage. Just the stock up plus River Regent sometimes just absolutely outvalues your opponent. If you're in free spots, you can just have a pretty good draw go game if you have 3 steps ahead or anything, because it can also draw you cards at the end step. Same for the Krail and Catch. Sideboard worked really well. I like every single card in here, wouldn't replace a thing. At max, I would take out one Leyline of the Void for something else, but besides, I think this sideboard has everything it needs. Could get one more card for an Aggro matchup, but even those matchups, they just feel good. We have Oildeep Gearhulk, we have everything. It's just, I love this deck. I think it can be really good if you're good at playing it. Mana base is really sweet. So I think that's everything for today. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.